started broadcasting. My audio is included.
Cool. I'm gonna get off now.
Alright,
Okay, bye.
bye. Okay. Just continue where we left off now. Sorry for the clickety clack of mechanical keyboards.
Deshret has a set.
Alright. So,
I'm watching you.
okay.
Pride. Yet we're still one gem short.
So, for anybody who has no idea what's going on, I also have no idea what's going on. So, there's that.
I am the Reso.
Basically,
It was here in the streets of Cleopolis that I made my name, killing rabid dogs and wild boars before I could even be considered
quite a lot.
man. With this, so glorious of arenas, I care nothing for your past.
that's not true. I played the game.
And for that, you will have to fight.
But, I have a friend who played this game a bunch of times. Never really got into it. There's so much other stuff out at the time that he started playing. So I was playing a bunch of other games. And then, yeah, I'm dead. So I got my hands on this, say around 3 days ago, 2-3 days ago. They're doing an open beta for Xbox One right now. The game is free to play, and I'm sure this is gonna sound like a mean thing to say. It feels free to play. I don't think that it's bad by any means. Oh my god. Okay, so what you guys are also probably recognizing here is I'm not under-leveled for this area, but what I am is not spec'd properly. You can see here I have pretty low elemental resistances across the board because I had to spec all of my gear into life and energy shield a little bit so that I can not get absolutely wrecked. But I went into this totally blind. I've never really looked at any kind of oh my god, the range damage just fucks me up so much. So as you can see, I'm dying like almost instantly before I can do anything about it, and that's with the effect of a sacred life flask that is supposed to recover more health than I have in 6 seconds, and I can't survive long enough for it to take effect. But it was earlier, I was saying this game feels free to play, and I didn't mean anything negative by that. I actually think it's a really good game. God damn, I am like terribly spec'd for this area. It's starting to be pretty apparent. But anyhow, the game feels free to play not because it is bad by any means. It feels free to play because it feels like there is just so much content here, and the potential of gameplay is ridiculous. Okay, before we go any further, this looks like a pretty standard RPG leveling skill tree, and then you do this and you realize this isn't one skill tree, this is every skill tree. This is all of the characters' skill trees. There are 6 classes, I think, and you can spec however you want. If you want to play the game forever, I'm sure some insane person has already basically spec'd into everything. Although most people probably are doing very specialized builds. What I need to do is really focus on how to keep myself alive, basically. Which I hadn't done up until now. As you can maybe see, my original progression along my skill tree was purely damage based. It just follows this line. Oh, this line. It comes up to lightning damage, where everything is. And then I had to branch off from that and start doing life upgrades, all of these guys. Still need to hit this one. And because I'm super unfamiliar with this game's progression, and I really did just go in blind and have no idea where I was going, and you know, did so intentionally. I want to see, or I wanted to see how I could handle walking in blind to such an in-depth thing. Oh goodness. So I think what happened in that first little arena is I just waited a little too long, or I didn't start getting kills quite quickly enough, and a bunch of well, all of the gates opened and just let out every enemy in the area, and you know, left me to fight all of them at once, which as a ranged spellcaster class I'm not really equipped to do by myself. But there isn't, as far as I can tell, and you know, maybe I'm missing something, it doesn't feel like there's any kind of death penalty in this game, which is a little easy mode. Although I should mention there are two kinds of leagues. You can play in a hardcore league, which I am absolutely not doing, where there is probably much more punishment for failure. Right now, it seems like there's, you know, nothing I can really do wrong. I can just have situations like that where I can die over and over again. As long as I chip down a few enemies along the way, I'm fine. But, yeah, I haven't really paid too much attention to this story. I've been focusing mostly on learning mechanics and things like that, and I am, I would say, at best, a very mediocre player of RPGs. Which is kind of why I go for the massive damage boosted spell buff range characters, because, you know, I don't want to say it doesn't require a lot of skill, but I can't identify a point at which I've used a whole lot of skill, so, you know, take it however you will. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I honestly couldn't tell you how many hours in I am right now. You know what? I'm sure there's a stat somewhere. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. But still, I am level 40, I think, which I'd say took a decent amount of time to get to. Leveling doesn't really feel all that slow. Like even right now, I'm 3 levels above the monsters in this area, and if you look at the yellow bar there above my mana bar, you can tell that ooh, that would be a good item if I was a ranger or an assassin or something that wanted more evasion. Although, then again, it could genuinely be better than the...
Gutters, steel your bellies, for the slaughter is at hand.
Item I'm using right now. I'm kind of spec'd into everything all, for energy shield, which is that blue crescent orb over my health orb that's very reminiscent of Diablo. But it doesn't seem like it really does too much to absorb damage. I don't frequently notice it. It's nice for like little things. Oh my goodness. Like there, a lot of that could have been like little chip damage from those arrows that were being shot at me, which would have sucked. But my energy shield basically took all of that damage. It is also interesting to note that, as a spellcaster anyway, I don't have a whole lot of options for life regen, which is rough. When I played Diablo 3, I mean, part of the reason that it felt so easy was I played with somebody, and I was playing a ranger because, again, I like to stay far away from my enemies and not get close to them so they can't beat me up. But I think he was it a cleric? Well, it was like the second set of DLC or whatever it was that came out. Anyway, he had perks that allowed group healing, and I think it was when it was still like super broken, but it kind of ruined the game for me. Oh goody, more arenas. Holy fucking shit. There's so many things. It kind of ruined the game for me because we were playing on the second hardest difficulty, and we got all the way to the end of the game. We were literally fighting Diablo, and he couldn't kill us. Like, literally could not do enough damage to kill us. Which is, you know, it's kind of embarrassing for the boss of the game to not be able to do enough damage to even start to remove your health. And when I say couldn't kill us, I don't mean like when we were fighting him it was very difficult for him to do damage to us. I mean, the amount of damage that he did to us was less than what we regained every second. So we were just perpetually at full health. We could literally just walk away from the game and just stand there, and we were fine. And that kind of sucks, you know? It's not really a thing that you want when you're playing a game like that. You know, I'm not saying that we were too good at the game, but at the time it was definitely broken. And because it was broken, we didn't really get to feel what it was like to actually play the game. That was really unfortunate. Also, I'm a little lost. Where am I supposed to go? World. No idea. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for my ramblings about third-person top-down RPGs. Oh hey, that just opens. Check that out. You ever feel real bright, guys? Because I do. Um, um, anyway, I've been playing this for a while. It's a lot of fun. Progression basically feels infinite. It also definitely feels like, and I don't know if this was with every class, this is speaking very limited experience, but it definitely feels like there's a lot that you need to know about the game before you play the game, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not the kind of thing that you can just like log into and not know anything about it, and you'll be okay. Like, early on, probably you'll be fine, you know, if you've played an RPG before. Shit. But yeah, all in all, I think I would definitely recommend attempting to spend some time, maybe even like looking up builds online. I know that they exist. There's forums full of them. That is okay. It's not as good as what I'm wearing right now. Will take that though. I think that would be my first 4-link. Yeah, got a 2-link right now, and it's normal, so I could upgrade it to a rare immediately. What's this do? Cold resistance? My resistance is actually really low. That might not be a terrible idea. And I have a Spirit Shield, which chance to block is 1% higher. Ooh. The shield I have right now is really good. Or not really good, but it is pretty good. The likelihood of me upgrading the shield to a better rare than the one I have right now is pretty low. So, let's try that. Less life, though. And less energy shield. That's unfortunate. Yeah, well, that's okay. I'll come across some more essence later. Identify this stuff. Ooh, increased lightning damage? That's always nice. 20% to all elemental resistances. If it had mana regen on it, I'd probably equip it, but it doesn't. But yeah, you pick everything up pretty quickly, I think. But yeah, for actual like builds and knowing what you want to do, apparently you have to be, or to be really effective at higher levels, you have to be pretty specialized with what you want to do. Which I kinda did anyway. Spec'd all into elemental damage and lightning damage and spell damage increases. Things like that. But that does also mean that I'm not really spec'd into my own life support too much. A little rough. Actually, speak of the devil, increase my life a little. I'll fill the opposite side of that tree too. Yeah. Go for mana recharge rate. There's the gate he's gonna open for. Yeah, I'm having a good time with it. Haven't paid attention to the story at all. No idea what's going on. Right now I'm inside a dead king's dream, I think? And I have to defeat him in his own dream so that I can get a gem, so that I can power some machine. As you can tell, I'm very attentive. Very much playing this as a, well, they told me to go there, so I'm going there. That's about it. Like, the most obedient hero that this world has ever known. Are there multiple arenas? Is this other area also an arena? Pick up Flame Dash for the 300th time. That is also an arena. Probably the same arena, honestly. See, this is the kind of stuff that gets rough. Did I equip something different? I must have. Ooh, ooh, oh god, whatever that was hit really hard. The ranged projectile damage does a whole lot. And, you know, much like many games like this, you cannot cast and move at the same time. Which means the only chance you have of dodging a incoming ranged attack is your evasion rating. Which, you know, as far as I know, any class can wear any gear. Like if I wanted to be wearing full plate armor, I could totally do that. But, okay, there's a, increased crits, I think. Maybe would have been nice for, that whole craziness there. Also, did I switch something out in my inventory there? I feel like I did, because my energy shield is much smaller all of a sudden. I don't think I switched anything out. Sometimes that happens. And I don't particularly know why it happens. But, I feel like I haven't changed anything, but my energy shield is definitely smaller. So yeah, that also happens sometimes. Again. There's also something that's vaguely relaxing, because it sort of feels like you don't have to worry too much about anything you're doing. And like even in this situation where I just lost, you know, half of my, oh my goodness. Burning dogs away. Where like my energy shield is just like in half for no reason, and I don't know what caused it or when or why, but here we are. It's one of those things where it's just like, it happened, and I don't really care about it, because you level so quickly and your gear changes so much. Like, I'm level 41 now, I think is the level that I just hit. I don't think I've been wearing the gear that I have on right now for any more than, I don't know, maybe 4 hours? It's not been a long time. That being said, it's also entirely possible to find gear that lasts you like 20 levels when you're leveling. Just because you're just not gonna find something better. All the enemies? Okay, there's another.
Battle worthy of song. The way you fight reminds me of how it feels to be possessed with the idea of victory. Is your passion enough to climb a crown? We shall see.
Okay, this should be the boss fight. And I'm probably gonna walk in here and die over and over again.
A king of swords is nothing. He can defend his crown.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I should really not stand in the middle of that. Hey-o.
Sorry to have to break this to you, Clarissa, but she's not real.
Go ahead and portal back to town here.
Yes?
See what my inventory looks like now. That's... yeah, that looks much more like it. Alrighty. Should be able to go straight to Crystal Veins. And then, give that lady this thing that she asked for. And then she'll turn on a door or something.
Num num.
The belly of the beast. That sounds good. Oh my
It's
god.
not every day you
It
get
looks
to
like
walk
it's
into
actually a
living,
stomach.
breathing nightmare.
Dope. Okay. Level 41 right now. 1154 life, 426 energy shield. Oh, you know what? I might be real dumb. I'm definitely real dumb. Okay, guys, you want to see something cool? Your life orb represents the number of how much life you have, which is currently 1154. My energy shield is 426. My energy shield was 426 before I upgraded my life. So now it's not... I don't have less energy shield, I have more life. Somebody else probably figured that out already and just thinks I'm dumb. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. You're right. I'm dumb. But hey, doesn't that make things exciting? Oh god, no, movement control. So if you were wondering, my least favorite things in RPGs are movement control and suppression. If you can stop somebody from moving, or prevent them from using abilities, odds are you can probably kill them. As far as I remember, those were the most annoying strategies that people used in PvP. And boy howdy, am I just not a fan. I just casted like 9 curses for no reason. Ooh. Hold up. I am all about this. More damage. More damage. More damage. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is figure out where lightning tendrils is. Actually, no. This is my main skill. I can that up. Store that. I think it's also added, yeah, added lightning damage, but that's okay. Because now I can pop that right in there. And now my main skill will also do chaos damage as well. The doors are stinking. Which is good, because you know, enemies can have single elemental resistance, so they could resist fire, cold, or lightning. Which is why I have the curse in the first place, to make people vulnerable to lightning. But now I've added chaos damage to my primary skill, which I think I'm like, obviously I did not spend the time and do the math, but pretty sure it is going to lower my total damage, but it is also going to mean that I can do more to an enemy that is resistant to lightning, or at least that's my logical conclusion. Like I said, very little about the mechanics of this game specifically. I'm just going on base knowledge of RPGs. So if I can add non-lightning damage to a lightning spell, odds are that it will do better against things that are resistant to lightning. Crazy, right? Also, if it annoys anybody that I'm putting the map overlay on, I kind of agree with you, but also, I am a completionist when it comes to exploration, which makes it real fucking difficult for me to not have it on, because the ability to see where you've been, where you're going, and the definite borders of the map at any given time is pretty helpful. I do think I should turn the whatever it is, transparency. Because it's a little much. Okay. And there's lots of little dead ends and stuff like this. This would be the equivalent of a dungeon, I guess. They're sort of structured to be maze-like. which is kind of offset by the fact that you have a map overlay at literally any time you want it, or alternatively, literally all the time. So that's kind of a dumb reason that I probably shouldn't play with my map on all the time, because it does detract from the maziness of the dungeons, and probably would be a more interesting experience without them. I also can't. my brain just won't let me risk not checking every little nook and cranny to see if there's an essence monster for upgrades, or if there's a corrupted area that I can explore with a wall spell. See, that's the next area, and now because I chose correctly, I have to go back and look at all the other dumb stuff that I haven't done yet, which is just going to be super exciting. Spoiler, it's probably nothing. This game is very good about giving you ways to go that are just there. They don't reward you necessarily for exploring everything. I mean, you fight more monsters typically, which is more XP. So if you're a explore everywhere, kill everything kind of guy or gal, you know, it's good for that. But as you can see, a lot of these chests or cocoons don't have anything in them. And then the ones that do have stuff in them are very rarely worthwhile. But, you know, hey, I'm still gonna go look, because you never know what's gonna be where, and a rare monster will appear and drop something good. I mean, I did just find a rare sage wand, which I can identify, and let's see. 2 to 48 damage to lightning spells, that's good for me. 35 maximum mana, it's also good for me. 17 spell damage. It's all pretty good. It's just barely. Oh, actually, 23 to 40 elemental damage. It's a little better than my current wand, but it only has 2 slots on it. So what I would probably do is just hang on to it until I can use, I believe it's a jeweler's orb. See if I can get it to roll with at least 3. And if I can get it to roll with 3, then I can actually use it. Until then, though, it's not really worth it, because even with the added damage, I'll have to remove part of my secondary skills effectiveness. Ooh, good God. Well, it's a good thing I wanted to explore, because now I get to go run the whole thing again. So that's one of those rare mobs that I was talking about. Or maybe not rare, more powerful, definitely. And it does require a little bit more awareness, patience maybe, than your average mob. But as you can see, you know, nothing's respawned, and unless one of the modifiers for that enemy was regains life, then it's still gonna be at the same health that it was at when I died. Yeah, that... something is summoning undead, I think. It's not great for me. She is summoning undead. She is the Bone Queen, summoning skeletons. Somehow, I did not put those things together. You guys remember earlier when I said that I did something dumb and it was because I might be dumb? And, you know, spoiler, I am most certainly dumb. Well, happened again. But that's this entire area, so now I can move on to the next. Just gotta say, there's nothing quite as exciting as running through the empty level after you've killed everything. There we go. Okay. I don't think that's as good as the robe that I'm wearing, but you never know. Worst case, sell it. I haven't really gotten into scepters at all. Started with wands because I found a really good named legendary when I was like level 3 that I ended up using until I was level 27. That was a wand, and by the time I had any availability to use anything else, it didn't really matter, I guess. Hey, can you stop running, please? That'd be dandy. Hey, spells have a limited range. It would be awesome if you stopped. Alright. But yeah, I think I used a scepter for about 2 levels between like level 4 and 6. Just because I picked one up. I've always preferred the staff aesthetic for casters. But then I started speccing into wand stuff because I was using a wand. Surprise, surprise. I'm getting vaguely grossed out by the wandering eyes dying, because when they die, they like pop and all their eyeballs fall out and hit the ground. So, because I'm using a wand and a spirit shield, I'm now going to be speccing into... Let's see. Pause for suspense. I'm going to be speccing into the ability to use wands and shields. So that the shield is going to allow me to block spells, but it's also going to give me a huge increase to my energy shield, which, you know, isn't super important, probably, but it will allow me to deal with the ranged attack chip damage a little bit better. I feel like there was a turn that I didn't take really early on that I am not gonna go back and take. But what I am gonna do... Oh, that's less... let's try that again. Oh, God. Well, that's silly. So that setting is for the mini-map in the top right-hand corner.
Be happy for me, sir. It's not often we get to erase our failures.
That is a sweet spell. That I should absolutely not be standing in. Holy shit. Holy shit! Good God. Oh, I totally forgot the button. So this is gonna be one of those fights, by the way, where that whole not dying or not losing any of your progress when you die is going to be pretty important. Let's see, got those two. Alright, let's go try this. Good God.
Our mistakes can be our greatest achievements.
Okay.
That's
Worked out,
twice I've
sort of.
underestimated. It was Malachi who reached out. Malachi chose his three.
Whew. That was pretty intense. Uh,
It seems I've underestimated piety.
one of those boss fights
Good.
where
I like surprises.
exactly the thing that you don't want to have happen to you as a caster happens. Where you just get surrounded. Also, I really frequently forget to buff again after I die. I mean, I don't die that often. You know? Because I'm a super good player. Extra hardcore. I die pretty frequently. Especially lately. Sweet. Waypoint. That is good news. That means I can town out real fast and turn in this quest.
Before we walk, Malachi knew exactly what he was.
Go explore these side areas real fast before I go back to town, though. Build's still great for if I need to kill trash mobs. Looks like this area was bigger than I expected it to be. I can still clear this area before I go back to town, probably. What's my inventory look like? It's mostly empty. master in that area, but not a master, an NPC. Probably a master, but you never know. So I'm going to go to town after I make sure that this is a dead end. Yada yada. It's not a dead end. Fuck, this area is actually pretty big. Oh, there's another connected area. Maybe it's just because I got my ass kicked so hard in the last area, I just kind of figured I was close to the end of this act, anyway. Did not think I was close to the end of the game. Holy fuck, dude, this area is massive. Another connected area. Wow. It's actually unfortunate because it means as much as I am enjoying the whole process of exploration, means I'm almost definitely going to have to come back here. And most likely after I've done some other stuff that causes all of this to reset. So, I'll make sure I activated this waypoint, head back to town, sell this stuff. I did not activate the waypoint. Almost just wasted a portal. Go back to town, sell a few things, and head back and finish up some quests. It's not even midnight yet.
Anything you need, just ask. Until next time.
Accept that trade that time. Yep. That away, meant to sell that. Put that away. Aha. Okay. Are those all linked though? No, they are not all linked. Oof. I think I have one that lets me reforge links. Magic. Huh. So maybe I don't. I may have already used the only one I have.
Do you
Let's
need
see
help
if
with
they
something?
sell one. Here. Like random. Orb of fusing. I need 4 jeweler's orbs, and I only have 2 left.
Until next time.
So, we'll continue to stick with this one for now. We'll stash that. No. Now for the most exciting part, the part where I organize my inventory. Stash that as well. Accidentally put some orbs in here. It's supposed to be for spell slots only. So now upgrades, cards, scrolls and stuff. Okay. Ugh.
What?
What reward do I get? I think this is the one I want to do.
They all leave me.
I think. Let's see. I think. Alright, this is the one that I want to replace. So that's gonna basically double cast my main skill now every time I cast it once. So it does 10% less damage, but increases my cast speed by 52% and also double casts in the first place. That not in that section. I don't know why I'm even bothering to attempt staying
help with something?
organized. This is a beta, and the actual full game, I believe, comes out on Friday.
Yes?
Oh, goodness. So there's really not too much point in doing what I'm doing right now. And you know what? I just realized what those side areas are, and I definitely already have the quest. I'm almost certain that the quest I have to find Malachi's organs, or whatever it is, on the sidebar already. I would almost bet money that the place that I have to go for that quest are all of the attached locales here. Find a way into the Black Core. Yup. Okay then. Remember that whole thing about me, dumb? I doubt that it needs repeating, but I repeated it anyway. Holy shit.
Odo entry. We witches have to have some standards.
Ooh. That's pretty good, honestly. Way less energy shield, but I don't know. I honestly can't tell. I think it's good, but I also don't know a whole lot. So, we're gonna keep running with what I'm running with right now, because the energy shield's really helpful, and I'm not dealing with a lot of melee attackers anyway, which was the only thing that I really was worried about on that shield.
Dissection time.
That increased cast time is definitely noticeable.
I hate to be critical, but I've seen better.
Can't remember if that other door was high or low. I mean, I guess high. Oh. Looks like I actually may have been right. Yep.
I shall preserve your beauty for eternity. Such lovely material! Such lovely material!
After
We
Brutus,
did it, guys.
glad I won't be seeing any more of your work.
I'm guessing what happens here now is I give her the organs and she does something that opens the next area so that I can continue on with this quest.
You've come such a long way.
Hey, look at that.
I have been expecting you, witch. You and I are about to cry three beautiful nightmares together. Will you go to bed now, little girl? Or do I need to tuck you in?
Now, exile!
Holy wow.
Embrace the future.
I got hit by a whole lot of stuff right then. Alright. It's just occurred to me that I need to kill her again.
What?
Now, exile!
Embrace the future.
Oh, she's like,
This is what I
Fucked.
get for trying to be a bloody hero. Who'd have thought you...
Let us see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare. Nightmare is the true eternal.
When I'm ready, and not
Oh.
before.
see, that's one of those mechanics that you should like pay attention to. Oh, good God. Part of the beast dead.
Being selfish. Accept the gift of immortality.
Did that thing where I forgot to buff again.
You are being selfish.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, you gotta move quick.
You are being selfish. Nightmare is the true eternal. Are you so in love with death? You are being selfish.
Ugh.
He's so frightened of death. But we can get better acquainted. It's really not so bad once you get to know it.
I think that should now be the end of Act 4.
What cannot be understood. The Gemling Queen has been.
She's still not really selling anything I care about. Okay.
You will be remembered.
Yeah.
It's obvious. You killed us. Good luck.
The little cockroach witch. They all leave me.
I was right to have faith in Diala's hope. Thank you for doing this.
Access the ascent from the eastern side of Highgate. Guessing that that would be the beginning of Act 5. There's still this guy.
I knew you.
Bunch of stuff.
Hunt
I
well.
don't have any cards to trade with him. Okay, looks like I can continue on to the next area. Probably going to just get to the next encampment. And from the encampment, probably in the stream for the night because it is it's a little late. It's not super late, but it's a little late. Okay. Nice, slow trash mobs. Oh. Okay. So those guys will fuck you up with melee damage. The cast speed's so high now, it looks really silly. I have also noticed that as you get farther along in the act, the areas between an act and the next camp are pretty massive. You can really spend some time wandering around, not getting anything done. A lot of orbs, though. It's always good. back to where we got fucked up a minute ago. Also, I did that thing where I didn't buff when I died again. Holy shit. I'm looking at stuff on the ground. Almost died. Yeah, dude, these guys, don't really fuck around. Oh, shit. Huh. Not affect that nearly as much as I thought it would. Just refund that tree if I need to.
Captain Tavares, altitude is imperative to forging a stable connection with the Prime Resonator in Theopolis. Power source is equally vital. Locate a fissure in the mountainside and lower a conductive cable into it. The deeper, the better. It will take an immense amount of thaumaturgical energy to execute the successful disintegration and transmission of objects, both inanimate and animate, between Highgate and Theopolis. For that kind of power, we must tap the origin.
Alright, well, I've got a waypoint in Act 5.
Should either of those elements prove deficient.
And this dude's gonna stop talking at some point.
To be the first.
I swear,
to test the
he really will.
Once it is operational.
Probably.
Accountability is the perfect counterweight to ambition. High Templar doors.
Okay, so I've got a waypoint in Act 5 now, which means even when I log out and the game inevitably puts me back in the last safe zone, I can just warp back here. So, I will probably be back tomorrow night with Act 5. And yeah, hopefully everything goes well with that. We can figure out how to spec a little better with this character, and we have some more fun murdery times to enjoy together. Good night, everybody.